What's up guys, I'm Mark Yoon and today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today is something of a little bit of an open discussion forum kind of thing that I wanted to kind of discuss with you guys. If it's anyone I'm going to discuss it with, it's you, because you guys have the best responses and open-ended conversations that I've seen on the internet, so kudos to you. What I wanted to talk about today specifically is we're going to talk about Soul Calibur 7 specifically, but something that we haven't really quite covered in depth before, and that is new ways of playing the game. So what I mean by that is, of course we can always throw out new modes and stuff like that, but things that I think they can implement that would actually be able to be implemented well without being too out there or too much of an endeavor for them, or with whatever budget that they're given by Bandai Namco this time around. I think that there are a few things that they can do to change up the gameplay mechanics and the story modes and things of that nature to kind of make it feel new, fresh, and exciting, especially with how the story's going from the end of Season 2. I really want to put that oomph, then pack that punch into the narrative that they're actually giving us. It's coming out so well and unraveling so awesomely before our eyes that I just don't want it to be let down by some gameplay mechanics that are not as good as we would like them to be, or story modes that are pretty much lackluster. So let's just get right into it. And what I want to start with is different ways they can implement the story mode. So what I want to do first is praise Soul Calibur 6 for the Soul Chronicles. I know this came at the cost of arcade endings, but the Soul Chronicles are actually their own second story mode in and of themselves after the story mode is done. And with each expanding roster from the DLC, we saw more nodes or modules added and more story and more lore given to each of those. And I do like that we had that for each of those. And I know we've said before that we want something like maybe cinematics, maybe even animated cinematics and cutscenes, or even in-game rendered cutscenes, just something to actually add some punch to it instead of just reading text constantly. And I totally agree with that. But I think that we can merge the Soul Chronicle aspect with kind of Libra of the Souls. And what I mean by that is, if we have Libra, obviously an enhanced version of Libra, but we choose the character from the roster as well as our created character. So I think instead of doing it with a bunch of created characters, maybe we have the option to do that in post, after we unlock both decisions of the good scale and the bad scale. Perhaps then we can start playing around with created character. But I think before we unlock that, we should have our main created character, and we should also have the story mode characters. And instead of doing a good or bad path, I think during the first playthrough, the good path, kind of like My Hero Academia Wants Justice, you have the good characters, quote unquote, or the characters on the side of Soul Calibur. And on your second playthrough, you go and do the same thing, but from the same perspective as the villain side, so the Soul Edge side. And we can kind of integrate Soul Chronicles into this mode, because let's say we chose Maxi, for example. And Maxi is going throughout Libra. Obviously, I want more of an interactive Libra, not just paying money to travel and then getting text when there's two characters stationary on screen. I do want some more cinematics in here. I actually do want to see more fights. But the way that we go about doing this is we start with the lowest base weapon for Maxi. So Maxi can only use, let's say, nunchaku type weapons, but he starts from level 0, and his combo strings are enhanced, as well as being able to equip things with elemental attacks and things of that nature as you go, similar to how you can already do with the weapons in Libra of Soul now. But instead of just getting a weapon with that elemental skill, we should have some kind of magic that is applied to that weapon, so as it's leveling up and enhancing combo strings, you also can apply elemental damage to it as well. And I also want to see some kind of fun stuff in there too, like make your character go invisible, or make your character immune to guard impacts, or something just to spice up that storyline, since it's not the main story. And as we're going through, we're unlocking specific Soul Calibur-esque type things for that character. So as we're going and we're unlocking lore and meeting new characters, you're actually playing the Soul Chronicle as opposed to just kind of watching it and doing the fights. And we do this for all the good characters until we get to the final boss or hidden boss or whatever, and then we do it with the bad characters as well. and also our character, your created character, which is like the avatar, or like your main person. And then when you beat the story mode on those 2 different versions, with, let's say, all of the characters, then you have the ability to create any character or edit and customize the characters within. Well, I think editing and customizing, at least the outfits or whatever for the main cast, should be a thing from the beginning in that mode. But so we're going through, and then also I want to implement towers in this as well. So to make everybody happy, we're going through, and then we're doing regular fights. We're upgrading our weapons, upgrading our combo strings, which is also unlocking outfits for that character, unlocking pieces of that character for created character. We're unlocking things and going through the story mode and learning more about our character and whatever they were doing outside of the main part of the story. And as we're doing this, and as the lore is unfolding, there are towers that pop up, and these will be like the kind of boss levels. So the tower will pop up, and similar to how it is in like Soul Calibur 4 or like Mortal Kombat or something akin to that, Injustice, we have a tower that's got maybe 5 characters and a boss at the top, and you go through that, and each floor has a different variation on the level, like maybe earthquake levels, or maybe levels like flip every couple seconds or something like that. Just whatever crazy zaniness that we used to have in the old Soul Calibur games for the levels and stuff, I want to see applied to this. Similar how they do in Mortal Kombat, because some of the levels actually they do have like special variations on the level, like even implementing tag, which I think would be excellent for these levels. Maybe we can actually team up with another cast member that we're going through and be able to switch between them in tag. That would be amazing. And I think this mode would lend much more of a creative feeling. And this is why I said about the replay value when people were like, well, if you go through it and you unlock everything, how does that factor in? Well, we can do this by difficulty level. So you can only unlock certain things in certain stages and have it as a randomizer, as opposed to just like, you unlock this shirt for Maxi for a created character if you beat this level. Have it as a randomizer, so you have to go through it a couple of times and have things locked behind difficulty walls. Like you have to beat the story with Maxi on hard in order to get like his ultimate form of soul edge for his weapon, right? And then you unlock that weapon in the main game too for versus mode. Don't just have everything unlocked off the beginning, because we like unlocking stuff. We like progression. We like feeling like we're actually accomplishing something or doing something. But beyond this, I think this type of mode would lend really well and kind of blend everything in together. But then after this is done, and here's my favorite part about this like kind of idea that I have, after we defeat everything on both sides, right? Not 100% it, but just unlock both endings for them. I think that we should unlock a mini games portion in the actual main menu itself, to where you can choose to either do just towers or add effects to stages in versus mode. Or anything akin to that. Anything that you did within that crazy zany mode, I want to be able to unlock and be able to play at any time, whether it be versus online with friends with lobbies and things of that nature. We can leave all of that out of ranked. Obviously, ranked should just be ranked, and I don't think created characters should be a part of ranked either, unless there's a second ranked for just created characters. But what do you guys think about this idea? I think this is a really crazy idea, but I think it's also implementable easily. I think Project Soul could actually do this with the things they already have, and even if they're moving to Unreal Engine 5, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility of something like this to happen. But let me know how you would spice this up, or give me your own ideas in the comment section down below, as well as hitting me up on my Discord, which the link is always in my description box, so we can have more open-ended, crazy conversations about what could, couldn't, or possibility of what might be. But we're going to end the video there today, guys. Thanks for my work schedule's been crazy. That's why I haven't been uploading as much as usual. But after the holidays died down, obviously I'm going to get back to my normal scheduling. But with that being said, we're going to bring this video to a close. And as I always say, I love it, thank you,
and thank you.